Hey everybody. So it turns out that when you start school back and you haven't done in person since last March and you're exhausted, it's not the best time to start editing. Apparently, I cut out a really big part of Carrie's story, and I think it was the scariest part. So I decided to just re-release her part of the story. Hopefully, I did it all right this time, and you are thoroughly spooked. So if you've already listened to the episode we put out on Thursday night, then just listen to this little part of the story to get her complete part. Once you get past the shower part, then you're basically caught up. You don't have to listen to the whole thing because it's all the rest is still there. But the beginning part of the story is what I wanted you all to hear. Sorry about that.
All right, so I am going to be very honest. I've not read all the way through this yet, so we'll see how this goes. But I did read through the first half, and I was like, "Ooh, this is going to be good." But then, in an effort to, really try to speed things up, since we can't stay up till 2:00 in the morning anymore, I was like, "I'm just going to go ahead and go for it." Okay, but what I've read so far is pretty spooky. If you're crying in this one, it's probably because you're scared. Let's just
all right.
put it that way. Okay, you ready?
Good. We got the emotional stuff.
That's right.
Over.
Got that. That's good to get out.
Tugged at your heartstrings, and now we're gonna make you pee your pants.
Man, we are just everywhere tonight. Okay. All right. So here we go. Hi, my name is Carrie, and I actually heard of you all through my mom. She called me after her best friend, Juju. She actually says her full name, but we call her Juju.
We called her Judy when she was our fan favorite.
Okay, well, Judy, one of our fan favorites, told her about you and said I needed to share my story with you all.
Mm-hmm.
We're glad you did, Judy. That's why you were a fan favorite. Okay, so I bought my house in July of 2017. A lady and her husband had actually built the house in 1962 and lived there until they passed. The husband passed, and then I think it was a year or two before Mrs. Draper passed. She passed away in the house, I think 6 months or a little more before I moved in. So that was a quick turnaround there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Wait, did she say in the house?
I think she said she passed away in the house 6 months or so. But yeah.
No, thank you.
Ooh, yeah. That's how do you know? Somebody's probably passed away in this house.
No, I died at myhouse.com or something.
Oh, shut your mouth. That is not a thing.
It is a thing. I had to pay $11.
Shut your mouth.
I will not shut my mouth. It's a thing.
Not a thing.
Somebody
scammed you.
No, it's
How
not.
do they know?
It shows you the records of everyone who's owned your house, and it tells you of any deaths in the house.
Mm-hmm. I think somebody scammed you.
Died in house. I'll find
that's awful. It's just awful.
Is it? Or is it a public service?
I mean, it's kind of none of your business. You didn't live here then.
It's a lot of my business if they're going to be up in my business haunting me.
Okay, listen. We are living on a space, on a planet, where everywhere we walk all day long, people have died.
That seems drastic.
Does it? I mean, we're talking how many people have lived on this earth since the time of human beings. Okay. I don't know. I'm not even going to take a stab at it because it's going to be some ridiculous number. So not going to happen. But I'm just saying, everywhere you go, someone has died there. Just find that peace of mind there.
Okay.
That's true. Come at me. Whoever's out there, come at me. I'm just saying, you cannot tell me you know for sure where people have and have not died. Okay. So she says, so there's a lot of stuff that happened. After I moved in, I started getting the feeling I was being watched. Not like being paranoid because I was in a new house. It literally felt like I was being watched. Most of the rooms, I'd walk in and just feel a heavy energy. Or I'd be walking in the hallway and get a big feeling I was being watched. But I was honestly scared to turn around and look, just because I had such an uneasy feeling. Ugh. 8 months after I moved in, my best friend Jessica moved in as a roommate. Well, I noticed very quickly she'd always have her TV on all night in her room. So finally I asked her why. She'd always tell me that she felt like she wasn't alone in her room, just like she was being watched, and there was always a heavy energy that made her so nervous.
Carrie's like, yeah, that's me. I just watch you.
yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I mean,
did you not do that? You didn't want me to watch you?
We're not just going to sit there and like peer through the door at each other? Oh, okay.
I thought I was on lookout. Just kidding, Carrie.
Yeah,
I know you're not creepy.
Carrie, you know, you're not a creeper. Okay, so one night, this is the part that I was like, oh,
Okay.
this shit just got real. Okay, so one night, we were asleep in our rooms at 2 a.m. My bedroom, notice not 3 a.m., that's the witching hour.
Oh,
at
that's
2
right.
a.m., so
Maybe
an
they're
hour before.
Central Time.
Yeah, that's what it is. So one night we were asleep in our rooms at 2 a.m. My bedroom and her bedroom were on opposite sides of the bathroom in the middle. So we could hear water and everything run in the bathroom, I guess whenever anybody else was using it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 2 a.m. and I see the bathroom light turn on with the door shut. Then I hear the water in the bathtub turn on. Then like 20 minutes later, it turns off, which I'm like, 20 minutes later?
Dang.
Right. Surely, hopefully it was a shower, not a bath. I'm like, you might need to go check that ghost or not. Somebody trying to flood your bathroom. Then I looked and the light was off and everything. So I'm thinking, oh, it must just be Jessica taking a shower to relax. Maybe
dark.
Yeah, maybe she's not feeling great or something. So I asked her if she had a nice shower. I'm guessing maybe the next day, or maybe she said it through the door. I don't know. I haven't read this all yet. We'll find out. She immediately tells me that she thought I was in the shower because it wasn't her. So we both find out that neither one of us was in the shower then. That really put us on edge.
Think?
I'd say so. We'd also hear light footsteps for a couple of seconds in the hallway, but no one was there. I've also woken up in the morning to walk in the kitchen and all the cabinets doors would be open.
Shut up.
Yeah, that gave me chills right there.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. When that started happening, Jessica had been moved out about a month. So she's there by herself.
Oh, no, Jessica, come back.
Yeah, Jessica's like, hell no, girl. It's either you or a ghost creeping on me, and I
don't own this house. Bye.
I am out. Yeah, exactly. Just because she couldn't stand everything going on. Oh, wow. She really did leave because that. It would start out like 2 or 3 doors on the bottom cabinets open only. So I'd think of stuff it could be. Then it started being all the cabinets, including top and bottom. It made me very uneasy to see that. But it's happened about 10 times total so far, and I've gotten pretty used to it. Back to the previous owners. They will ring my doorbell chimes in the hallway from time to time in order to communicate with me. Oh, so she's pinned it down. She's like, it must be them. Ooh. So I'll talk to them and ask them yes or no questions.
Ooh, brave.
Yeah. My mom has actually been in the house when it's gone off before. She ended up not wanting to be in the house anymore. Oh, this poor girl. She's like, anybody want to come visit? Somebody, anybody? I'll come, girl. I'll come visit. I'll come visit.
I won't spend the night, but I'll visit.
Right. I'm not moving in. I mean, I'm back in the world now. Ask me a month ago, I might have moved in.
Carrie's like, I'm not asking you.
We always do that. We take it too far. I know. She definitely was not asking me.
She
but I was
never even listened to this podcast. Her mom was just like, right in.
She's still not going to listen. Carrie won't even know. Okay, here we go. She ended up not wanting to be in the house anymore. And I would know if it was someone ringing the doorbell because I've got a Nest Video doorbell. So not only would I get a notification of a person on my phone, but I'd also get one saying someone rang the doorbell and it would actually go through my Nest mini speakers in the house and tell me, which it didn't do.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess like just the old-timey doorbell.
Oh, that's weird. Which I'm sure she doesn't have plugged up anymore.
I don't know. Didn't say. I've also come home to find a case of canned soda sitting upright in the middle of the kitchen floor when I know it was on the counter when I left. Plus, about 2 weeks ago, I came home to find a box of cat fountain water filters in the middle of the living room. The box I kept them in was upright. However, all the water filters were out of the box and stacked nice and neat right beside the box. This person's like, if they can have filtered water, I can have filtered water. They were on an end table beside my couch when I left. Things are actually usually so active that I cleanse my house with burning sage once every 2 months, just to try to keep everything pretty quiet. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff that has happened in the house worth mentioning. Thanks, Carrie.
That is definitely worth mentioning.
Okay,
really good.
Here is
debunk.
Yeah, well, Carrie, girl, I don't want to scare you because it sounds like you're living by yourself. But I am saying legit squatter. And I am worried for you. Like you need to get it does. Like to me, it sounds like there's a story, and I cannot remember what podcast. I definitely know it was a podcast.
It's a Criminal.
Yes, it was Criminal, which
The
first
best
of all,
episode
the
of Criminal.
best. But Criminal is the best podcast ever. But yes, the best episode of Criminal.
Yeah.
It was, and this person was not trying to harm
Right.
them. They were just trying to cohabitate. Cohabitate, is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Look at me. I was gonna say cohabit.
Nope.
Cohabitate. Okay. Now it's sounding weird. But anyway, they were just trying to live, upstairs quietly, and they even saved this person's dog.
I know.
Because the person living in the house got a new puppy. They were potty training it or whatever, and they left it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
While they went to school or to class or something, and their their plumbing started overflowing. The cat or the dog was going to drown.
Yeah.
And this person saved their dog.
Right. Which is so cute. It was.
I know.
It was like, oh, well, I don't want the dog to get
hurt. I
I
don't want to get caught, but I also don't want the dog to die. So which one is? But yeah. So I don't know, girl. I'm saying like.
And then they caught him because she got a cold, and so she didn't leave her house, or like she got the flu or something. So she didn't leave for like a week, and so he was starving up there.
Yeah, that's right.
So
he's like uncle, I need to eat.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine?
That's crazy. Because he would like sneak down and drink some of her sodas.
And she kept getting mad at her, calling her brother, "Stop getting in my house and drinking." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "I know you're doing this."
So Carrie,
I don't
know. Yes, I mean,
like waiting till 2 a.m. to take a shower.
Hoping nobody would notice. Ugh. Oh, Carrie, call the police. I don't know what advice to give to you.
Check truly get that checked out
by somebody, by somebody, a professional. Yeah, like call a professional to say, hey, please check this out to make sure nobody's living in my house.
If it turns out to be a squatter, please write back.
But yeah, in all seriousness, get that checked out because all of those things, I feel like can be described as maybe a squatter.
Yeah.
Because some squatters are not dangerous, and that doesn't make it right. I'm not saying allow them to just be at one with them, but I'm saying
you can start charging rent at some point.
Yeah, right. Like, especially if they're like kind of a considerate squatter, you're like, oh, maybe they're like trying to change the water filter for you, but then they got busted, like, oh my gosh, and they like ran back up. So I don't know. I would get that checked out for sure, Carrie. And if everything gets checked out and it's not, then Aaron is like 100% on board. Yeah. And I'm going to say that is one crafty squatter.
Yeah. It is. If it is not a squatter, that's terrifying. If it is a squatter, that's even more terrifying, probably.
Oh, yeah. I think the living is way more terrifying.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. But definitely.
It's a great story.
Regardless. It is a great story, and no matter how it turns out, you got a story.
Yeah,
one way or the other. But
don't listen to this in your house because if they hear it,
true. Let's tell Judy to tell her listen to it outside of her house and then call a professional.
Right. Because that's scary.
No, yeah, that is. Please, write us back. Let us know either way.
Yeah, awesome. That was a great story. Thank you for writing in, Carrie.
La 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 la.